Oh, yeah, people. It's time to talk a little bit of golf right now. Why you say yourself, you know what? The majors are all done, but the money isn't done yet. And there's a lot of money to be had on the PGA Tour and a lot of topics to be discussed here. It's Donnie Right Side. It is Joe Raineri. Now we welcome in Keith Stewart, our resident PGA professional / insider, to give us the news and notes on all the latest. Keith, how's it going this morning? How are we feeling?
Donnie, Joe, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't make it out to Memphis this year where it's about 8,000 degrees, like the surface of the sun. So I'm enjoying the air conditioning right now.
Keith, everybody is ready to go except for one person right now. And now, before we even get to the tournament itself or how this lays out and how you can win it, a lot of talk about Rory saying, you know what, I don't need to be here. Based on the rules, I don't need to play this week. I'll see you at a later time. The PGA seems concerned by this and maybe a loophole that's changing. But explain to the people out there what's actually going on, what Rory is doing, and what the PGA Tour is actually concerned about.
Well, what can get confusing, and this is a really good question, is that you advance in the playoffs for the FedEx Cup by points, by FedEx Cup points, not by your standing in the tournament. So the top 70 players on the points list got in this week to Memphis to the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Next week, it is not the top 50 finishers, it is the top 50 point getters. Well, with Rory with 3 wins on tour, I mean, he doesn't really have to show up until Atlanta in the Tour Championship. So I mean, this isn't the first thing that's been flawed on the PGA Tour schedule. And I mean, there's an easy fix for this. Just take the top 50 guys that finished this week. I mean, it would be pretty cool to have a playoff like 6 guys tied for that 50th spot, and we're only taking 1. Like there's ways to build up the drama here and everything, but I digress. Rory, the usual, the drama, everything else, he's not here. It's all about me. But let's talk about the other 69 guys.
Yeah, well, we got a few of them here, and of course, we'll give everyone at home 3 guesses as to who the favorite is to win this week there. But I mean, Keith, it's and deservedly so. I think that maybe is the best part. It's not like the books are going over the top trying to put. Scottie Scheffler deserves to be a 2 to 3 to 1 favorite, and he keeps proving it all the time.
Joe, you're absolutely correct. I mean, look at the way he boat raced everybody at the last major championship. He's won 2 of 4 this year. He's won multiple times. He's won a bunch of times on the PGA Tour. A lot of people maybe aren't familiar with this that are watching right now, but there are markets out there that you can bet without Scottie. Now, you're going to take a hit on the overall outright odds, but you know what? I like Matt Fitzpatrick this week, right? He's 28 to 1 with Scottie in the field, but he's 22 to 1 with Scottie not in the field. Well, guess what? Donnie could come up with 10 wins on a Sunday on the NFL, right? And he's still not going to get 22 to 1. If Matt wins this week on Sunday, you get the 4-day lottery. So for me, I think people, sometimes they're like, oh, I'm not getting the number I want. How about just a nice big number on golf and picking somebody that if they finish first or second behind Scottie, you still get the victory.
Let's take a look at this golf course here as it plays out. The FedEx St. Jude Championship here. TPC South Wind in Memphis, Tennessee. About 7,300 yards out here. Big purse, as we know. That's why these guys are playing. Give us a look at how this course is going to play out and some of those keys that we can use on some of these individuals.
Donnie, before I drop the keys, let's just talk real quick. Last year, after the tournament was over, they did a complete renovation of the golf course. All 18 greens would have been regrassed. They did a little bit of manipulation, and they added some size to the green surfaces. They used to be about 4,300 square feet on average. They're 4,500 square feet on average. Now, some people think that makes it, easier, but I actually think that makes it harder at the tour level because that gives those tournament officials the opportunity to tuck more pins, which makes, these guys always fire at them, so they short side themselves. So the first key of the week has got to be approach play. We have zoysia grass in the fairways, and the ball's going to sit up. If you are a great ball striker on approach, anywhere from 150 to 175 yards, that's your sweet spot. Those are the guys. The second key is that with brand new greens, and we've seen this before, when they're immature, they're super firm, they're super bouncy. Memphis or TPC South Wind, where we are this week, is not a big short game, need skill set type golf course. So what I think you need to do is you're going to get some bad bounces this week over these greens, and you're going to need to be savvy with your short game to save a couple pars down the stretch, especially for the contenders. I would throw that in the mix. And the third thing is that, we're back on Bermuda grass again. So those Bermuda grass putters, you got to make some putts. Average winning score here since they went to a WGC at a playoff event is about 15, 16 under par. So you're going to have to make some subpar scores.
Is it me, Keith, or does it feel like forever since we've had 8 under win a golf tournament? Like, my goodness. It's like, are we only getting that in majors now? Is everything 15, 20, 23 under par? Do you think right around that number is what we're going to be looking at this week as well with the weather?
Well, Joe, they call it TPC South Wind, and they're not looking at much wind this week. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. The ball is going to be flying. This thing is a fader's paradise. Aim down the left-hand side, let it bleed back to the right. Guys like Wyndham Clark, Scottie, that all play a fade. The top 10 last year, 8 of those guys predominantly play a fade off the tee for a right-hander, left to right ball flight. I mean, these guys are just going to be bombing away and attacking with a wedge. So, yes, there's going to be scoring. I don't think there's anything you could do in any of these playoff events. The place is going to play pretty firm this week, and they're still going to get to the mid-teens. I mean, I don't know where I've heard this before, Joe, but these guys are good. There's just no way to stop them.
Yep.
Yes, and taking a look at some of these players that are going to play this weekend. Again, in the playoffs? Yeah, it's the playoffs on the PGA. Scottie Scheffler's a plus 280 price. Where's those early leans on the early line that we need, Keith?
Well, I mentioned one of the guys earlier, but I love me a little bit of Fitzmagic. Matthew Fitzpatrick, he's got 4 straight top 8 finishes on the PGA Tour. Now, if you like him in the full, with Scottie in the field, he's right around 2,800, 2,200 without, his short game, top 5 in the field, and the approach game, off the tee, and he has a couple, nice top 15 finishes here at Southwind before. The second guy, how about the septic tank, boys? I'm going deep with Sepp Straka, all right? He's 50-1 when you're looking at the full board, 40-1 or so, maybe dropping even more so. But this guy is the king of zoysia grass, and I mentioned that earlier, but these are zoysia fairways. The ball sits up. Every time he plays on zoysia grass, he tends to really, really pop on approach, and you need that factor here. He was a runner-up in 2022, lost in a playoff to Will Zalatoris, and he's got a great comp win at PGA National.
Fantastic information from Keith Stewart. SportsGrid's finest right here, breaking down all the information you need to know on the PGA Tour, including the Tour Championship, and looking forward to the Ryder Cup. Thank you, Keith, for joining us this Wednesday morning.